your breath. It is the most important part of yoga. I'll give an example. Notice where your breath is going. Your breath is going up into your rib cage as you inhale. As you exhale, you're pushing it out through your belly. To the rib cage, up to the belly. Here is the breakdown of Sun Salutation A. Now you inhale into the first pose, the easy standing pose. You're reaching your hands to the sky. Have your feet pressed into the mat, engaging all of the muscles in your legs. Have a slight arch in your back. You're gazing up at your fingertips, pulling your shoulder blades down, also reaching up at the same time. So much for easy, right? So once again, we do that as one inhale, and then we exhale into the standing forward bend. You're bending slowly from the hips, keeping your head level with your spine until you get your back to that 45-degree angle and you're able to dip your head and have your neck in a more neutral position. And you're coming here and you're putting your hands next to your feet, and that's quite important. So if you can't do that with your hamstring stretch, feel free to bend them, and you have your torso pressed into your thighs, and then your head is now going to press into your shins here. And you're going to gaze through your shins and towards the empty space behind you. And then as you inhale, you straighten your hamstrings, you bring your back to a flat position. You see your shoulder blades are pulled back, and you gaze upward. And then on your exhale, you're bringing your hands back down to the ground, and you're going to engage your fingertips in that spidery grip and align those muscles over your wrists. You're going to step back into a plank position with your feet about hip width apart, and then you're going to go into chaturanga. All of one exhale, and your elbows are now perpendicular, and your shoulders are back, and chaturanga is a workout. So if you are unable to do it at first, feel free to go on your knees a little bit. It's very good just to work on in itself. You'll feel a very difference in strength in your abs and in your shoulders. Then on your inhale, you're going to move into the cobra pose. So here, exhale. Inhale, you're rolling your toes over. So your feet are now pressed into your mat, and so are your legs. Your shoulders are pressed backwards, pushing your chest up to the sky as your neck neutrally sits back and you look up towards the sky. And as you exhale, you move your hips upward and you flip your toes around again like that. Once again, like that. And you are going into downward dog on your exhale. Downward dog is like the easy standing pose. It's simple, but there's a lot to it. So what you want to do is have your feet hip width apart, your hands and arms shoulder width apart, and those at 45-degree angle. You want your neck to be very neutral in here and have your gaze go towards your feet. And you want your toes to be gripped into the mat and your heels to be pressed into your mat. And if you have tighter hamstrings, that won't be possible, and don't feel like it's anything bad. Your feet will just be up like this, and then as you work and you breathe and you do it more often, you'll be more flexible and you'll be coming into the more standard pose. And now your arms, you don't want to have your elbows hyperextended in any kind of form, so you want to have those muscles aligned as you pull your shoulders back and you engage your core. Now you're here for 5 breaths. Breathing deeply through your nose. And after your 5th breath, you shift your weight more onto your wrists as you step back into the beginning poses. You come into the forward bend with your back straight as you gaze up, and as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going back into the standing forward bend. And on the next inhale, you go into the last pose, into the easy standing pose where you were to begin. And coming up is very important for your head and you don't get too lightheaded. So you want to come up very slowly. You want to raise from your hips. So you're raising from your hips, hands come together, and your back slightly arches again as you push your arms towards the sky, and you congratulate yourself for completing your first sun salutation. Ready? Here we go. I hope you guys found this video helpful, interesting, and I hope it inspires you to do yoga. Sorry for if it's weird or whatever. It's my first time kind of doing this thing, and I couldn't be happier to do it for you guys. So I hope to do this maybe every Tuesday or so. If we're lucky. Really, there's a great yoga community on Instagram. I suggest you hop on that. I am the Bendy Alley Cat, and I would love to have any kind of guidance, suggestions, what you want to do for videos in the future. Just let me know, okay? Namaste.